So first and foremost, for those of you that are new to this channel, welcome. My name is Troy Thompson. I'm a personal development and leadership consultant and speaker. And prior to joining this industry, I hung my hat in the marketing and advertising business where I say very humbly, I led a very healthy career where I was regularly featured in different outlets on introducing students and even professionals to better understanding integrated communications, my D&I work, which I continue to do. I founded an app at one of my prior companies. I had a focus on digital marketing, so I really got to help out and build a lot of brands from a social media aspect, work on a bunch of fun campaigns, work with a lot of great clients. But here's the thing, even with all that splendor and nice little cool things to say, at a certain point I realized that although I was good at what I did, it wasn't something that I was intrinsically motivated in, right? Although I woke up in the morning, I was the first one in the office, the last one out. It wasn't really because I loved what I did. It was because I had a great work ethic and I like to outwork people. I like to be the first one up. I like to be the last one out. I like that feeling. That's just more of a attribution to me, not because I loved what I was doing. What I really loved was the stuff that I was being featured for, right? Ironically, which was teaching, which was really giving back, hosting workshops, doing talks. And quite frankly, it was something that I did 10 years prior on a volunteer basis, right? It was something that always played the background. And quite frankly, it was something that I always knew that I wanted to do full time, but one, I didn't know how. And then two, I was scared to make the jump, right? So I always thought, well, when I become more senior, I'll do it, right? That's what everyone else do, right? They kind of work their way up, and then when they become 60, 65, then they do what they really like doing. And I realized that, I couldn't bite my tongue. I couldn't hide from who I truly was. So after speaking to some mentors and really giving it some thought, I ultimately made the decision to make the transition. So to the question of what motivates me every morning to do what I do, right? Why I actually get up in the morning, as the Japanese say, my ikigai. My motivation is, talent that untapped potential. That's my motivation. Growing up in Harlem, I saw countless examples of people who were extremely talented, who just had a good motor in them, right? Good energy, right? Good focus. But because of a lack of mentorship, a lack of a good environment, a lack of someone to steer them that 1 inch in the right direction, they weren't allowed to show themselves to the world and really make a mark, right? Sometimes you think, and it's like, you look at people in these positions and you say, well, I knew people from way back that would run circles around these guys. They would run circles around me. But because of a lack of good conditioning and a good healthy filter to view the world, their talents and their abilities will forever be lost to the world. So it's that untapped potential that really motivates me. I'm a big believer in this concept. It's called equality of opportunity. I want everyone to have a chance, or I want everyone to have an at-bat, right? The ability to step up to the plate and swing. Now, if you get to that point and you fumble, or you don't work as hard, or you don't seize the moment, then that's fine. That's the game. But I believe that everyone should have a chance to at least swing. And that's what really motivates me, because as I look back in my own life, and it's funny, I was just having this conversation with someone separately. If I just had one more negative influence, or things just wasn't perfectly lined up, and that's not to say that I didn't have my challenges and my trauma, my own trauma, I can see my life being something totally different. I can see it. It would be so easy for it to be something different. And all that I know myself to be now, what you know me to be, our relationships, they would cease to exist. They would have never been. So when I think about that, and I think about it with great gratitude, it gets me up every single morning, right? Because I know that with each workshop, whether it's on career transition, different elements of personal development, overcoming self-doubt, I know that I have an opportunity to touch one person. I remember I was giving a talk, and this is one of the moments that really made me lean into doing this full time. I gave a talk about, I think it was a D&I talk, and I spoke about how although we're showing up every single day, whether to work or to school, we all of us have some type of baggage in the background, right? We have a representative, but in the background, some of us got some stuff going on that we may not bring to the forefront. And I spoke about that. Really, it was about mental health and the importance of considering therapy, etc., etc. And I remember at the end of this talk, and this was a huge event. It was actually the event that I got featured in Black Enterprise for. With these things, everyone in the audience, what do? They rush to speakers, right? So it was about 4 of us on stage, and it was this one girl who looked nothing like me. She was a white girl, graduate student. She came up to me and she was in tears. And I said, "Hey, you okay? Is everything all right? Did I say something?" And she said, "No, you did an amazing job. Thank you so much for speaking about mental health. I'm a graduate student. I'm going through so much, and I feel like no one understands, but you really made an impact. You really said something that resonated with me." And we embraced and hugged for a couple minutes. And, it was at that moment that I felt a true impact. And I said, that's what I want to do for the rest of my life. So moments like that, and that was one of many, but that was the one that really stood out. But moments like that made me realize what I'm truly here to do. As you guys go into this new year, 2021, and think about those things that influence and inspire you, don't be afraid to take a chance, right? Think deeply about what really gets you up in the morning, right? What do you really like to do? Look into your past. Like I said, I've been doing this for 10 years, casually, right? I've only been doing it full-time 2 years, but I've been doing this work 10 years. The only thing that changes, I jokingly say, is that I want full-time with it. So really look back and figure out, what are those things that you love doing? It could be certain hobbies, it could be certain volunteer initiatives, and see how you can fit more of that into your life as you look to living a more purposeful one in 2021 and beyond.